Maybe you can hear me now. Good morning. Let me double check and make sure I'm not crazy. Yes, I'm okay. I'm not crazy. Good morning. Um, the sun has just moved into Leo, and whew, wow. My name's Crystalline Bell, and thanks for watching. Today, I'm going to talk to you about how you can rock the full moon in Aquarius as a heart centered entrepreneur. So, as I said, the sun moved into Leo uh, on the 23rd of July, and it was really a big move. It was a big improvement for most of us because a lot of us had been feeling stuck. When the sun was in Cancer, there was a lot of deep emotional healing. I mean, I'm sure that we're experiencing this on a global level. Um, as an American, I tend to feel very separated from conflict. Of course, there's conflict in our country, but the average American is far removed from the conflict that the world experiences. And even though I've lived all over the world, I've not felt as touched by the tribulations that the world experiences. As an American, we tend to live in a cocoon of comfort, and we tend to like it that way. Well, apparently, this is the year for Americans to uh, come into three-dimensional touch with the rest of the world, and to have to really face head on all of our own inner processes. I've been brought back to America this year, and I'm in shock, but I am very happy to be here because not only did every American need a wake up call, I am an American and I needed a wake up call. So, this is a really powerful time, and it has been a powerful year. But when the sun moved into Cancer in June, oh my God, it's like the shit really hit the fan. The proverbial shit hit the fan. And I felt it, and I know all my people are feeling it. And I personally have been utterly drained of energy. So, with that being said, the sun has now moved from Cancer into Leo, and I guess I probably should. I'm feeling myself resistant to even going back to talking about, all the things that happened emotionally, astrologically, physically, materially over the last 30 days. But I do need to take just a moment. I have to focus myself and make myself just do a little bit of recollection. Last month, the sun was in Cancer, and that was a time of deep reflection, of slowing down, of looking at ourselves on the inside and having to confront our kind of really deep fears, stuck emotions. We were feeling our feelings, and the feelings weren't always good. Personally, I was all over the place. There would be times when I'd be deep, dark in my feelings and very resistant to it. I didn't like being in my feelings, Normally, I love to be in my feelings. Normally, I love to feel my dark emotions and to feel the full spectrum of my emotions. But I'll tell you, with all the material world strife and the fear about survival, the loss of businesses around the country, the travel bans, all those things that are very three-dimensional, made it so that I did not feel safe and I could not go into the dark recesses of my mind, which is what the sun in Cancer invites us to do. So for me personally, I really suffered and struggled. And I know that a lot of my clients were going through the same thing. There was a lot of prayer and holding on to, trying to hold on to some kind of positivity in the midst of all the stuff that was happening. And it was just very, very challenging. All right. The thing is, that's all I'm going to say about the sun in Cancer. It is gone. It is done. We all did the best we could. There were some shadows that I was able to confront and overcome, and some I just had to say, see you next year. Well, we'll go back and do this again next year. I love strong growth, but I just couldn't face it. I couldn't bear it. My heart hurts even right now when I think about like all the opportunities that came up for me to heal that I just couldn't confront. I feel my tears weeping. I feel this starting to swell and my eyes are starting to burn a little bit. So not going there even now, not ready. Still sensitive, wounded, bruised, and not ready. So what has changed? The sun on July 23rd moved into moved into Leo. And that is bringing in a sense of a stronger will, a stronger heart, a more courageous heart, more optimism, more movement forward. The sun is the ruler of Leo, and so our masculine authority, our desire to make things happen, our sunny disposition, our boldness, our sexuality, our creativity, all of those things are coming forward now, and those kind of sensitive emotions are being pushed aside just a little bit and very slowly. Leos, although they are very strong, although this is a time of strength, there's also a lot of sensitivity, there's a lot of love. Leos have really big hearts, they care a lot. And so all those things are coming forward as the sun moves into Leo. So what I want to talk to you about, there are a few things I want to share with you that are really important. This particular video is about the full moon in Aquarius, which happens on August 3rd. So I want to prepare you for that so that you can know what to expect and know how to take advantage of it. But I also want to, keep you clued in and keep you in touch with the great opportunities that are coming forward with the sun in Leo, because this is a great time for us. This is a time for getting things done. This is a time for taking on new challenges. It's a great time to take on physical challenges for your body, getting strong, starting new diets and, changing the way you eat, for the better, exercising, taking hikes. We're in the middle of summer right now. So this is a time when we're feeling our strength and, the reward of getting through the sun in Cancer is being able to relax and enjoy the sun in Leo. Okay, so all that hard work you do is now going to kind of pay off because you have more clarity. Even though I was resistant to doing a lot of deep dark work, I still did a lot of deep dark work, and so there's the fruits of that labor that are going to come through right now for us. So So the full moon in Aquarius rises on August 3rd this year. And what that means for us is so the full moon is a time of culmination. So things that you started 6 months ago are going to be coming to a head. So if you are following my videos, I will keep you clued into the opportunities of what you can create at the new moon. So we had a new moon in Aquarius 6 months ago, and now it's the full moon. So things have gone full circle, right? Full moons are a time for full moons are a time for creating healing around what you started 6 months ago. So 6 months ago, I had a new project that I was starting with my business where I was really getting, and keep in mind, I'm a spiritual life coach, and I am primarily right now I'm working with heart-centered entrepreneurs. So all of these videos are going to be about how you can bring your heart into your work, how you can create from your heart, how you can give birth to things that come from your heart. So your desires, your passions, your creativity, all those things are heart-centered. And so I'm going to be talking in my videos and in my blog about those things. So with this, for me, entrepreneurialism is at the center of my heart. I love being able to have a business myself. I love the freedom that it gives me. I love how I'm creative all the time, and I get to do things that excite me, that inflame my passion, for learning, for travel, for life in general, right? So for me, heart-centered entrepreneurialism is the way to go, and I want to spread the word of that to people so that they can pursue their passions and understand that what's in their heart is valid and will support them. That is what I need you to understand, that you are supported by what your heart shows you, okay? So with this full moon in Aquarius, with the new moon in Aquarius 6 months ago, the feeling in my heart was about authenticity. I felt very strongly that I must peel back all the layers of doubt, of conditioned responses, of habituated attitudes. All those things I must get rid of so that I can start seeing the truth of who I am. And in January or February, that was 6 months ago, that launched me into a whole new way of working with my shadow, of looking at my fears, of confronting those things that were hidden inside me, my subconscious mind, my past, confronting myself. And in my work, what that translated into was really taking responsibility for my ideas, for treating my ideas and the things that I build, my classes, my blogs, my videos, treating all of those things very differently than I've treated them in the past. In the past, I would just do things, and yes, I would get things done, but I wouldn't nurture my things. I would make 100 things that were here on the quality level, and now what I do is instead of 100 things, I make 3 things. And so the quality level of them has raised, and the love that I pour into them has, there's more capacity because there's more time, there's more nurturing. So everything I'm doing is on a smaller scale, but a higher quality scale. I started that back in, like I said, January or February, whenever the new moon was. I can't remember off the top of my head. But what that's done for me is helped me to create for myself a safer environment where my creative endeavors are protected, the value of them has gone up. My compensation, the return on my investment has become more consistent. It's become greater. My people are feeling the love, they're seeing the love, they're appreciating the love, they're giving me feedback that is really high. And so this is how we work with the new moons and the full moons. We start things at the new moon. The full moon brings around the culmination. So here are the things that you can work on with this full moon in Aquarius, all right? And if you've been following I'm using my notes, by the way. I got the new iPad, the iPad Pro, and the keyboard, the magic keyboard that's magnetic. Oh my God, I am in love. It's beautiful, right? Subtle, lightweight. Oh my God, so much happiness coming from my technology. And I'm going to tell you, I bought this during Mercury retrograde and it still works like a champ. Oh my God, I am so happy right now. Anyway, I've got my notes here about what I need to tell you. So there's 7 points, okay? So this full moon in Aquarius, is at a hard angle to Uranus. So what's coming up is a sense of rebelliousness and a need to break free from old mindsets, old attitudes, old behaviors, like anything that was kind of holding you back. Like what we're experiencing right now is I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. I want to stamp my feet. I am ready to stop doing and to stop thinking in the old ways. I can feel it in my heart. I can feel it in my mind. There is a pull and an opportunity right now to break free and to let go of the things that don't serve you. Now, here's the thing, and here's why Leo, the sun in Leo, is so important as we're having this full moon in Aquarius. Leo gives you tremendous courage. So where I couldn't deal with the pain when the sun was in Cancer, I couldn't deal with it. Now I can. Now I have courage. I have the stance. I have the strength. I have the mental fortitude, the physical fortitude. My energy level is rising. Now is the time to stand up to your own inner processes and to let go of those things that are no longer serving you. Now, let me just check something really quick. I'm putting number 1 and number 5 together, okay? Because number 5 is about taking the time to heal your emotional wounds, right? We don't want to take baby steps right now. When this full moon in Aquarius comes around on August 3rd, we want to have our shadow work in hand, and we want to be doing the important work that is going to break us free of the internal processes. So the inner critic is really strong right now. So working with your inner critic and getting that bitch to shut up, that's what you want to be doing right now. She can talk all she wants to. Let her talk, but don't you let her influence your decisions, your choices. Don't let her tell you that you don't have enough. Don't let her tell you that you are inadequate. Don't let her tell you that this is not a good idea. Right now, you need to be in control of your energy. You, the higher self you, the conscious you, the you that is connected to God. You need to be the one who holds strong to spiritual philosophy that says you have all that you need. Everything is inside of you. You just need to listen, okay? So don't let your inner critic stop you from listening to your intuition, and don't let your inner critic stop you from making the decisions and the choices to be a badass. So take risks right now. This is the time to take risks. This is a time also to take all your rebellious energy, because we're feeling that rebelling. We're rebelling against the inner critic. I'm just now realizing that. This is the time for us to rebel against our inner critic, and to channel that energy into some really carefully planned actions. So sitting down and using your focus to get clear about what you want to offer to your clients, what you want to present to the world, what you want to create in your life, putting that stuff into focused, detailed plans of action, it is worth the time to do that right now. Slow down and take your creative ideas and put them into action. And don't let your critic tell you that planning is a bad idea, or that you're not a good planner, or that you don't follow through with your plans. This is not the time to be stopped by small thinking. Your inner critic thinks small, and it keeps you chained to old ideas that don't serve you. And yeah, maybe you made some mistakes before. Doesn't mean you're going to make those same mistakes again, especially if you're listening and following your intuition and following your heart. You will definitely overcome. And now is the time to challenge those old ways of being. This is exactly what I'm talking about. Taking the time to meditate right now is really important. Whether you're doing meditation with your spirit guides, with your eyes closed, or whether you're doing a walking meditation out in nature where you are talking to the trees, talking to the sky, even if you don't have any nature around you, talking to the walls, talking to the concrete, understanding that this space has a vibration. And as you're walking, through your neighborhood, talking to the spirit of the houses, talking to the spirit of the community, this is going to help you tune in and understand how. Sorry, I have to put my iPad down so I can use both of my hands because I'm so passionate right now. But understanding how your environment is an outpicturing of what's in your heart and what's in your mind. So when you walk around your neighborhood and you see beauty, you see grace, you're focused on all the light, it's because in here you are beauty and grace. When you walk around your neighborhood and you see violence, anger, unkemptness, when you're focused on those things, it's because those things are trying to get your attention here in your heart and in your mind. So while you have this full moon in Aquarius, it's a great opportunity for you to go into listening mode so that you understand what is going on around you and how it's outpicturing, how what's going on around you is reflecting what's going on inside of you. Pay close attention. Let's see. Oh, it's also a great time for you to look at your reactions to things. So, Aquarians are very sensitive and very prickly. So you might find yourself right now being very sensitive and very prickly. Use this as an opportunity to see your old wounding, to see your old feelings, that stuck energy, to understand old mindsets that are maybe ready to be released. Aquarius is a very defensive sign. So if you say something to us, and you can say anything to us and it'll trigger us. That's not what I mean. I'm an Aquarius, by the way. This is why I know. And this is why I'm able to demonstrate so well for you, because I live it every single day. Aquarius, double Aquarius, triple Aquarius. I have so many signs in Aquarius, it's not even funny. I'm crazy up in here. Anyway, we are some bristly, sensitive people, and if you say the wrong thing to us, we're easily triggered. Sorry. I apologize. Forgive my defensiveness. It's not right. Okay. So yeah, this is a great time to see your triggers, to see your prickliness, to see what's going on inside of you, like where your defensive triggers are and why you have them, and if it's time to let those go. All right. Paying attention to your intuition. I think I've kind of talked about that already, but I do want to emphasize that the full moon, like the sun, is masculine. So we're all very masculine right now. We're all outward. We're more intellectual. We're more into our minds, taking the world in through our minds. And the moon, especially when you have a full moon, it's feminine. So it's more about your feeling nature. So this is going to be more activated around the full moon in August. The full moon in Aquarius on August. We have turkeys in this neighborhood, and they're just out there squawking. I don't know if my microphone is picking up on those. Anyway, it's turned the wrong way. God, I hope you can hear me. I'm already 25 minutes into this video. It's a little bit too late to be wondering if you can hear me. I'm assuming that you can. The last thing, let me see if I touched on all my points, because I think I skipped a few. Taking the time to meditate, channeling your energy into carefully planned actions, by the way, this article is on my blog, so if you want to read, take the time to, like, if there's anything that I'm just all over the place while I'm talking, but if you want to go back and read through this, you can catch it on my blog, crystallinbell.com/blog. Take the time to heal your emotional wounds. I've said that. Paying attention to your intuition. And then the last thing is to resist the urge of quitting. So, we're emotionally upset. And Aquarius also. Ooh-wee. Aquarius is the first sign in the zodiac that's going to be like, taking their toys and going home. Like, you don't like my ideas, I'm out of here. Close the door. Okay? Aquarians love doing that. And the thing is, Aquarians will close that door and then they'll be like coming back into the door. You still there? Like, close the door. Close the door. Then open the door. Peek in. Are you still there? Close the door. I don't want to see you. Go away. I hope you're still there. Totally Aquarius. Oh my God. So don't do that. Okay, if you find yourself having an urge to like write somebody off or to end a relationship, don't do that. Think about it first, because it's not really necessarily the right thing to do. The urge is there, but the urge is there for you to think about whether this is the right thing to do. Aquarius will be like, slam the door. Pow! And then don't do that though. Like we do that without thinking. We do that without really managing the consequences and understanding that it hurts people when we close that door. I'm just saying, maybe the door does need to be closed. Hey, you could be right. I've done it and I've regretted it. I'm like, I didn't need to close that door. That was just me and my hostility. And then I try to go back and people are like, nah. Okay, my bad. I've learned, don't close that door. Like, take some time, take some space, but don't like quit on people. Don't give up on people. And don't give up on people too quickly. You might need to give up on people, okay, because some people, but just don't do it in the heat of the moment. There you go. Think about it. You might say, hey, I'm going to just take some space, take some distance, think about this, and then we can talk about this in a week or two or maybe a month, but I need some time. That is good. Then you can make a really good decision for yourself, okay? All right, that's really all I have to say. My video is at 29 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and shut off and wish you a very happy, oh, shoot, not yet. I need I am teaching a class on shadow work, and I want you to attend. It's a free master class. I'm going to teach you shadow work for free in this master class. Get the link in the video description. All right? Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and sign up. All right. Bye for now.